sorry. Yeah, but Quanti will get some time to loot up though. Just had to glide around the building for a second just to figure out where it is exactly they could land to loot.
Last time we saw this one kind of end up with Crisp taking down majority of those players, the 2 to be exact, doing most of the damage. As Yuz got a good trade, made it 1 for 1. Trashy's getting one in the feed as well. So this early game proving to be very, very active for a lot of these teams. Even Quanti and Peterbot, the team we saw moments ago at Slappy Shores, finishing off that fight and claiming the rest of South Slappy to themselves.
Winning out the fight out South Slappy. See how they did it, just charging in with their shotguns. Charging in. And on the other side, it didn't seem like Lawrence had a shotgun. I'm not sure if Hide and Seek did either, so unfortunate for them that they weren't able to maybe quite get the loot to match up with what Peterbot and Quanti had.
Shadow and Paper. Paper clutched up big in that last game. Grab as many points as he could, but Shadows just has a sliver of both HP and shield, trying to rotate around, put himself in a better spot. Him and Paper are actually going to try and disengage altogether, but they go in 2 different directions, which could be disastrous if either Def or Tahi spots that one out. But back on over to Yuz and Chris in a battle that's already started, and a huge shot's going to be fired by Yuz. Gets the edit, misses the second one, and misses that opportunity. He goes down altogether. It's going to be left up to Crisp in a 1v1 situation against Curly, who has 3 HP. Crisp, slowly but surely, trying to back down. Doesn't want to give up this opportunity, grabbing the siphon, making sure he has as much HP and shield as possible for this inevitable fight that will continue.
Just take a limit, it would have been fine, but the med mists coming through is just going to mean that Curly might be able to tank 1 more shots.
Crisp hears him heal him up at the very minimum.
Yep, he'll know he is higher up in HP, but I don't think that'll phase him. He needs to just connect with the shots. Maybe some SMG spray will do him wonders as well.
Because Curly has only the combat in his arsenal right off the spawn. He's going to have to work for this one, but Chris immediately dives in, takes down Curly, leaving himself more than enough time to get the revive onto Yuz.
Yeah, exactly that. Hit 1 shot with the combat and then followed up with some SMG spray. Nice and easy. Tragics and Cease here over at the Brutal Bastion. Again, we're seeing players fighting at these POIs that hold the vaults.
Last 2 teams here, and for Cease and Tragics, they got a couple of victory royales in round number 2 to get up to this point, so they're no strangers to being contested, to fighting over towards Brutal Bastion. Cease, though, lacking some HP. For Tragics is doing his darndest to be the tip of the spear, try to take over those pieces, but that's Dorito and Ledesma. Great job holding on, not backing down, especially on the defensive end, going up against these 2 players. They're trying to contest this capture point as long as possible, doesn't want to give over the free loot. Tragics finally gets that piece of control to go into his favor, but it's going to come at a sacrifice. He takes a good shot. Nice.
Yo, can you hear me hello?
Cease and Tragics playing a game of peekaboo. They were able to take down 1 onto Ledesma. And the thing is, they're going to know. They're going to know if Dorito tries to escape, because they're going to be able to capture the point again.
Some storm fighting taking place between Batman Booga right now and Bacon.
Saw Batman Booga go down a little bit earlier in that last game, but 60 points overall. Bacon did a good job of not only winning that fight, but bringing Batman Booga back into it altogether. Consistency over the next 6 games is going to be key, and you can already see Batman Booga and Bacon led all teams in total damage dealt in game number 1, with just over 2,800 damage. And that's what I expected to see coming out of some of these West players entering into this arena.
Yeah, these guys were playing their part in the last game for sure, and we'll see if they can continue on that trend here. This is where it would start, I guess, right, by dealing some damage in this fight. Bit of a stalemate though, both teams low in resources. Edward gingerly axing away at that brick. too many builds though. So still not going to be working with much. Batman Booger from above just has 5 himself. And is quickly running out of ammo. We need to connect with this shotgun, otherwise there isn't a spray weapon really to follow up with other than the AR and the 20 shots remaining in it.
Interesting to see him favor that charge pump shotgun, but at least he has some distance between him and his opponents and could still pack a punch. That's Saucy and Edward toward the low ground, and almost begs you to ask the question, how long are Batman Booga and Bacon going to stay in this position? You see them popping game time, throwing down a pizza, so they're here for the long run. Just kind of throwing a question mark up due to the storm damage that they're taking, their heal-off potential. But if game number 1 showed anything, it means that not every single one of these moments will come down to a heal-off on NA.
Of course, right? And I think a big part of fights like these that we see is that, you know, a lot of the time in these qualifiers, right, players are trying to condition their opponents, right, condition players in this general area or wherever they land, condition them to be ready for what they intend to do in the finals, right? If you're Batman Booga and Bacon, you win this fight out here against these guys, you know, no, look, do not mess with us. When it comes time for the FNCS final and we're there, we will make everything that much more difficult for you. Edward and John, they are slowly but surely going to run out of things here. Of course, that med miss is going to keep them in it for a bit longer, but you've got to think a fight is going to happen at some point. Things are sort of bubbling over the edge.
8 shots of the Maven onto Bacon. You could see why they're not necessarily trying to go for the piece control. They have no medium ammo. He can't tag it up with a red eye or that Havoc suppressed assault rifle. Neither one of those really going to be useful in Bacon's inventory. So it almost makes you wonder, like, just with the zone pulling towards the east, you almost disengage, play a little bit of mind games. Maybe you could turn at the last possible moment. They're just going to choose to stay.
Playing mind games is staying. That is playing mind games in this situation. Booga and Threats playing for Surge here. An attempt at a pinch. Threats attacking from one side, Booga from the other. And hopefully Threats was able to line up some shots as Booga played as the distraction. Wow. Finally they begin to fight, and it will be Batman Booga and Bacon that win out the battle. Take a look at that first elim from Batman Booga. Held that charge in hand. Released onto his opponents with a burst of pellets that they could not handle.
To me, it's just one of those situations to where, was it worth it? How impactful was that to your game? Did you need the damage? A lot of questions to be answered. But by the end of this game, those, well, we'll figure those out as they come. Over towards Mega City, we got Clicks, we got Soup, not too far away from their racetrack. They kind of box themselves up at the highest mountain possible to get their surge. And they're overlooking Mega City. Taco, what's so important at Mega City for these teams to gather?
Well, for starters, Jacob, there are a numerous amount of teams that have actually chosen to drop here at Mega City, and Jeff has definitely made sure to take note of that. He's actually opted to prioritize taking out High Card. That way he can make sure to secure the Vault Key Card, and with this, the mythic Havoc Pump Shotgun. So now, he's definitely got the loot available, but can he get the Victory Royale? We'll have to find out.
That bitch can shut up.
Definitely looted up. Like anyone could.
Head ass, that bitch can shut the fuck up.
He has the mythic Havoc pump.
Holy shit.
Taco was just saying. Honestly, you could do with just a regular common red eye.
Elite, Quanti,
already for him.
OT,
Just about
Daz
not
Dad,
taking that storm surge. To give yourself two different win
Scented
conditions. The win
Acorn.
condition of just taking over the game like we've seen in game number 1, and then
Pretty
the
good.
meta win
Pretty
condition,
nice.
which is heal off.
I mean, it's pretty much full of fucking.
Acorn and Cold.
Actually, pretty
So to make it deep into that first game.
full of East players. Not gonna lie. West players are actually struggling. Where's Reet in this? That's my question. Reet not ball?
Found themselves caught towards the backside of zone and couldn't quite get out of dodge.
D-roller and Jackson.
Coming
Yeah,
out over
limit
towards
G
Anglo Square, and
monster.
that's why you see D-Roller and Jackson sacrificing some HP and shield damage. That way they can head over in this direction. Instead of just going for the guy reboot, they want the bonus points. They want 2 more eliminations building up into the sky. That's going to be Dom, who's just trying to get out any direction that he can, even if it's not towards his duo, D-Roller and Jackson, because they were taking damage from a third party. Didn't really get the attempt to take him down like they wanted.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of storm fights, a lot of storm plays. I feel like half this game we spent watching in the storm. That's where these players are. And of course, you mentioned it, right? It's not as punishing, right? One tick, you feel like you can stay in here for a bit longer. Of course, we do know if you take too much storm damage, you're going to be at the mercy of storm sickness come time the end of the game. This, though, is something that I've been waiting to see. You get to see the Rift Island spawn in, and the Omzo and Ryze are set up perfectly to go pick that up. You can see them ramping up. I believe if they have kinetic blades, they'll be able to get up. No kinetic blade, but ODM gear. And Ryze just building up towards it. Not without some challenges though. Players taking shots at them. They don't want to let them get it for free. And nothing's going to stop Ryze and Iyomzo from picking up these pulse rifles. And what they could do with them potentially could be very, very crazy for the rest of the lobby, right? If you allow these guys to get them deep into the game, we saw them popping off on low ground, but you know they can also play height. Pulse rifles very effective at chopping out high ground, lasering the players as they drop down as well.
I'm just hoping, because everything that you said was all facts, no printer at all. And the Rift Island, though, is in the center of the zone almost. That's going to give them so much information. It's going to give us so much time at the top of the island. Separation from everybody else. And the interesting thing to see for me is nobody's really boxed up underneath to try to go ahead and use those rifts.
I think one of the big things is with the nature of where the Rift Island spawned is that depending on how the zones pull now for the rest of the game, you might actually be able to run back or katana back to the Rift Island come heal off time. And there is going to be plenty of spare loot up there, I'm sure, that you'll be able to use for heal-offs.
You're right. I just took a look at the zone. The way it has been going throughout the weekend, you include EU, there is such a high probability as Elise just takes down Jackson J that for the first time here in FNCS, that Rift Island is going to be in play for a couple more zones than we have hoped, which is honestly going to force some players to adapt, because some players like to build those mighty monuments in the sky to try to get surge tags. Well, now the highest point on the map is going to be that island.
Which just mean that the teams have to rotate through the area, have to be wary of Iyomzo and Ryze. They'll be perked up on top. And some nice ODM gear limbs coming through from Bacon there. We saw a bunch of those yesterday in EU, and one of the first of many we'll see here on NA as well.
Yeah, man, Bugo's only a matter of time. Ramping up. He's one of the duos right here between Bacon and Batman Bugo that I feel like just needs time on this combined region. And they are going to be one of the top competitors coming from the west side of North America. Jock and Qua. You kind of see their loadout. Isn't the best, but it's not necessarily the loadout, but it's the user who uses it. Men miss, splashes. At least has enough to continue to push himself into the next phase of the game.
Gibbo and Quanti here. The winners of game one. They won their battle of spawn here at the south side of Slappy, and they've not had to move all game. They can sit here comfortably, get their tags. Gilbot based up above. There's all that field of view, all that vision. Quincy down below. Some different angles. For this duo though, you have a long ways to go to get to zone. Don't have the luxury of just sitting there based up like we saw from Gilbot and Quanti.
Using the natural terrain to move through, take little to no damage as he entered the trench at the very least, because you saw him get tagged up, trying to ODM gear, rotate his way to safety, but as soon as he has some more room to work with, he quickly begins to try to get on out. 163 below as we tune into Landshock and Zuki's. Something don't really expect to see this far out of zone where they still have to rotate into the team they're actually putting those tags on. So interested to see how they're going to be able to make it out alive.
Yeah, this is so tough for Landrock, right? You know, a lot of the time we see teams tank zone, but, you know, they have some sort of white heels to go with it. Fortunately, does find the med kits, and whoa, finds a nice shot there as well, to be fair. I wonder how they're doing in terms of surge, because that might have been a pivotal shot for them in that game. That was definitely a pivotal shot from Acorn and Cold as they move well above that surge threshold, but there's still players in this area and they know right on the other side of that wall. Acorn opened up the edits, was greeted by 2 players with their shotguns out.
Just kind of waiting. They already got their loot. They already won their fight. Less than 20 seconds. Next zone is going to appear.
My water.
For them, it's just about gathering information, figure out where they're going to go next. Widow, Madden, doing the same thing, just outside of zone. Probably trying to just build a little bit more comfortability, stack up their Storm Surge that much more, knowing all these teams are going to have to rotate past them.
Where's the
timing
fuck is my water?
is important. You don't want to let all those teams bypass you and begin to hold you out of the zone. As they quickly begin to rotate on over, they see it start to get congested, and they don't want to be the last ones there. This is interesting. Kind of boxing up in the middle of the ocean. Kind of giving themselves a little bit of a 50-50. Zone's going to either go south or north in this next pool. For Jeff and Rapid.
Bro, Jeff looks so fucking goopy, bro. I'm sorry.
Pulls north with where they're positioned now. They have free passage to get there. No worries at all. Here on the dead side of zone.
Like, who are these? Madam V underscore. I've never heard of these kids before.
If any barrels are remaining.
Damn, they're 273 up fucking below. Ooh.
Quickly moving on up, but that's because Zuki's and Landjock did get taken down. Brett's taking down Eoxy as well. Getting 2 as swirls out. Madden and Widow are kind of just blessed right now.
Marzo W, he's shitting on kids. I've shit on Marzo W before.
Here, towards the south side of Slappy Shores, the zone continues to move all these teams around.
Moss, popping some pieces. They need healing. Maybe could have used one of the shield kegs per se.
Maybe, I heard a med miss, but maybe it's just he didn't have enough. He just didn't have enough overall, and you can see why they even needed those heals in the first place. Getting stuck just outside of the zone, fighting for the surge damage that they need. A trade in tags, but luckily for them, they have to very minimum come out on top.
This is new. Threats doesn't have Booga in this game, and so we'll be playing it as a solo. But anything is possible for Threats. 4 mythical slurps. I'd like to think that keep him in the game for quite a while if he can just play his mats. Play the kinetic blade. The Yomzo and Rise, another game here where they are deep in, and we saw them earlier claiming that Rift Island, and the pulse rifles in inventory are a result of that.
Almost intimidating even to me just hearing those get fired off in the distance. Gotta make sure you see those ones coming, otherwise you could get terrorized, tagged up through the builds. Clicks in soup. 39 below as quickly lands some shots, getting themselves above. For Clicks, the only heals he actually has right now, outside of the shield fish, because that gets you shields, is gonna be that pizza that he got from game time. Batch is gonna get 1. Everybody really trying to get active as the zone does congest everybody closer and closer together as Batman, Booga, and Baconata find another knock on a Pamsu. You can see them biding their time, playing patient. They don't want to get greedy and kind of get surprised, so great job for them. Kind of pull that body back in, get all the loot that they can, instead of kind of getting the elimination outside of zone and taking some damage to get the loot.
Playing for the knock. Once they get the loot, they can start to plan out their next rotation. The good thing for them, right, is that they don't have to move too far. Lots of players will have to start moving to where they are.
kind of see what their idea is. They're just peeking around, seeing if any of that loot is useful. Kind of look at their inventory just by judging off the shotgun and the medium ammo. They don't need much. They're just kind of looking for resources, heals. Fatch kind of shoved down to the low ground. Has ODM gear at least to rotate on out, but he lost Pamsu. He knows Batman, Booga, and Bacon are close by, so he's just biding his time, playing patient, so he doesn't get taken down. There's Jock and Wall. They're trying to move forward, but they get beamed out by Yamzo and Rise. And there goes the terrors of the pulse rifles that we were talking about.
That is just not what you want to be walking into. It's like a laser beam. It's like literally like a piece of tape put up. You cannot pass through here. If you cross this line, you will be sent to the lobby. Wow, with now 22 HP, no builds. The only hope is a massive shot, and even a massive shot probably won't be enough.
Normally being South Slappy, I think the opportunity for the slap barrel is going to be there, but spent so long in this position. They all got to be scavenged and gone. And 2 empty med mists kind of added on top of it. Not looking good, but for Bump and Trashy, a little bit of a different story. 767 above the damage threshold. A couple heals to work with, but our game number 1 winners with the highest position on the map, poised to possibly take the next game if they play their cards right.
Look, this is one of the easiest games they'll play all season long. They've not had to move all game. They landed at South Slappy Shores, and here we are, 20 minutes in at Slappy Shores. Their POI, their home turf, their home zone, and a chance to do back-to-back. They won the first game ever in this new North America region, and they're gonna look to try continue that 100% success rate. Clicks and Soup down below on Surge, so they desperately need to find something. They can sort of sit here and out heal for the meantime.
3 slices being shared, and kind of shows that they're down on their luck, down on their heals as well, which is honestly surprising. They have 6 eliminations up until this point, with the NA region all over being active. Clicks and Soup even down when it comes to the Storm Surge. Almost makes you wonder what is really going on. Everybody really trying to play for placement the best that they can, playing a little bit too safe. But Soup at the right moment, able to get a knock onto 1, but Click's taking so much damage from an angle, has to separate between him and Soup before trying to try this one again. Tries to reunite, gets box to box as threats. Last time we seen him, 4 different legendary slurp juices, but down to 1 and 2 minis. But luckily for him, he still has that mythic Havoc pump and can take somebody out in 1 shot.
Retch is surviving. And in the meantime, he's gonna have to survive here in that wood. That's practically all he has left. Acorn, in a very similar situation, but working with a lot less in the tank. Just 7 builds remaining, down here on low. Desperately hoping somebody walk into his sight. You can hear that team close by. Can't necessarily make the play he wants to. And these guys just gonna pulse rifle into boxes. They want to pulse rifle into somebody's face. They're claiming space down below on low. Clicks, not up above. Here in the mid-ground layers, and there's players on their layer. And they might just have to deal with soon. Frets now begins to start to run low on materials and has to take a fight, has to get aggressive and try and make a play, try and make something.
Anything at this point. Pops game time at the perfect time. Might be too early now. 12 zone hasn't begun to move yet as Yamzo and Rise trying to terrorize everybody. Depending on how much damage they have taken to Storm up into this point, they've given themselves 2 different win conditions. Take over the game, go for heal off. Batman, Booga, and Bacon have stabilized their position down on Surge moments ago, forced to use their med mist. But for them, for how long they spent in the zone very, very early on in this game, they have to go ahead and frag out.
And if they want to frag out, they have to drop to low. And if they drop to low, they're going to be in the faces of Yamzo and Rise. And we know how those guys are feeling. Forced back up. Bacon was waiting, and Bacon is hitting big shots. Polarized gets taken out, and the kinetic blade will move on up and back into the zone. But unfortunately, that will be his demise. Trashy and Pump will begin to fall now as well. It's Trashy who's left. Pump in a tree, takes down Cease, and he's still going. Those mats will keep him in the game. He can drop down out of that tree and a bit into safety.
Acorn surviving still as a solo, no heals, 19 HP, trying to follow the zone to the last possible moment, the very minimum, gets himself into the top 4 before going down. Top 3 we go, Rise and Yamso, game time, splashes, but Quanti has the high ground. Peterbot's there as well, but he's gonna go down. He at least took down Rise, bringing this down to a 1v1 situation, but Quanti, he ran out of heals. He's forced to drop down low. Yamso having a little pizza party down low towards the low ground, and he celebrates by taking the game.
Yomzo just had way too much in the tank for anybody else to deal with. But if you're Peterbot and Quanti, second place ain't too bad, ain't too shabby. They are playing the games of their lives, but Yomzo and Rise picking up a win, and a big win for their morale, a big win for their confidence going into this major.
Yeah, they're one of those teams to where once their backs are against the wall, they don't have the first 3 games go their way. They usually make a run in that latter half, but this time around, in game number 2, no slow starts for them. They are taking week number 1 by storm.
Look, I talked about how they need to change their style. We know Yomzo likes to be aggressive, likes to be that guy who pops off, doesn't have the ping to do that anymore, right? But they're not struggling. They're here in the major, picking up wins. That's exactly what you like to see from that team.
Yep, with 2 games down and a lot of consistency out of our top teams. Only Zeke, SBG, and Vivid can break it all down.
My goodness, game 2 here from NA, going over to Yamzo and Rise. And this is why we have to take a moment. We have to talk about them, right? They are kind of a big deal when it comes to the NA server and or regions. And of course, they're showing us why. I mean, the amount of heals they had prepared for, like, these guys are just operating on another level right now.
Yeah, they were running through that lobby too with those pulse rifles. They were just ready to go on low ground. They pretty much got that win condition, and like the guys mentioned while they were casting, they're either just going to run through the entire lobby or they're going to be ready for heal off as well.
100%, and I think, you know, we've seen 2 games now, and the narrative for this duo 100% has been low ground. Right? They're claiming so much space down there, and they're doing it so well, doing it together as well. I was watching this play out of Yamzo, and it was crazy because Yamzo was kind of like box fighting right there, and then I saw some shots coming in from the side. I'm like, wait, they're coming from so far away, and it was actually Rise that was all the way over there, so they had so much space claimed on the low ground, able to work with so many angles, and doing it as a duo, not easy to do in the end game. Very, very chaotic down there, but they managed to pull it off.
What is it that these guys are doing that, how are they so many steps ahead, right? I mean, kind of like to your guys' point, they were ready for anything, and right now NA feels a little bit chaotic, to say the least.
Yeah, I mean, I think what we're seeing out of some duos is that, you know, the meta right now, the conversation is like heal off, heal off, heal off. But what we've seen from duos on NA is those old strategies, right? Formulaic, low ground, mid ground, high ground, and it's working.
Yeah, I'm surprised to see low ground work, if I'm going to be honest with you. Because of the kinetic blade, there's that delay after you use the movement. So a lot of players wind up falling all the way down, but it looks like Yamzo Rise, they're just loving that. They're like, give me it all. And then as players fall down, they're picking them up. But another team we have to talk about is Bacon and Batman Booga, because they're sizzling.
You see what he did there, right? Sizzling.
I saw it. I saw it.
Whole season with this guy. Love you, SPG. No, but I mean, yeah, that NA West representation coming through, popping off for sure. We broke it down last game. The Storm Surge strategy being there. The end game mechanics are there. Loving everything that I'm seeing.
And it's been both of them. One game, it was Batman Booga having a little more aggressive play. The other game, it was Bacon. It just seems like these two are very comfortable in these games and clearly saying, I don't care what lobby we're in. This is ours.
I feel like we're seeing so much more like mechanical plays happen on NA.
Yeah, it does feel that way, right? Like another duo, Acorn and Cold, right? Putting in work now, jumping up to 2 placement points, placements rather, jumping up into 3rd. These guys are also popping off.
And of course, there's a title to defend this season for these guys. So, you know, finding themselves in this first weekly finals is big ups to them, but long stretch ahead. And I think that they are proving right now that they can pretty much adapt to any meta, because this one's not an easy one to tackle, but they are making that adjustments and it's working out so far.
And typically what we've seen is Cold is the one doing the solo pop-offs in endgame, but it was Acorn. I saw him as a solo way earlier in the game, and I was like, wait, okay, this is going to be so difficult. And then he wound up being one of the last players as the zones began to close. Just played this perfectly. Didn't really do too much, but at the same time, you don't need to. You just find the right layers, you find the right position, and get the little refreshes that you need.
Yeah, also flexing on everybody, right? Having that axe of champions, pulling that out in the end game, maybe scaring some of his opponents towards the end game there, but no, I mean, great stuff. And again, this is one of those plays that we see, right? Like, he's holding people that are being staggered on the backside of moving zone and taking the fight to them. That is just something that I really feel like we did not see a lot of yesterday on EU. But again, like I mentioned, some of these more formulaic strategies that we have seen develop over time in Fortnite competitive, I feel like we lost some of that during this season when I was watching EU, but I feel like NA is just showcasing it even more, even in this meta.
Yeah, they're just going to say, this is what we're used to, right? Like, why are we going to push this to heal off? Why are we going to let these things happen? And I think that's what happened over in EU, right? People were saying, you don't want to fight.
Is more than a bed. It's with you every day to provide the support you need, like a good friend. The Zenith Green Tea Luxe mattress is designed to be your best friend. With a soft, breathable knitted cover, natural green tea in every layer.
Dove Men invited dermatologists to test new advanced care body washes that start solving skin issues in the shower.
It's a very great way to control your breakouts.
For my clients with dry skin, I would absolutely recommend this product.
New Dove Men advanced care body washes.
This is match point. Give everything. Only one enemy is left. It is just you now, friend. Fight until you have nothing left. Your ally is back in the fight. Opponent revived. Your ally is back in the fight. 1 minute left.
What are they doing?
You lost this. Does not matter. Wins the next.
Bro's thrown away his whole career, bro.
They're gliding through endgame as a duo, and then, you know, bad stuff happens. It's not always going to be perfect. And then Pump's like, I got you, bro. Let me get a few more. And Miro and Bugha, that's how they won an FNCS, by doing that.
Man, this has been so much fun, but we do have more games ready to go for us. 4 more games on NA. What more could you ask for? Well, I'll tell you what you could ask for. It's Jacob and Levin. Oh, let's go over to them.
Thank you very much, Zeke. We are here for game number 3. The first 2 games definitely showed us that the top NA players, the likes of the former champions, Acorn and Cole, the likes of Yomzo and Rise, Peterborough and Quantum, a new duo in this stage, are here to perform, here to show up, here to show us what they can do.
Yeah, and I think today is what you're seeing is the result of 2 regions combining into one. The clashing play styles going at it right before our very eyes. And that's what I'm saying. It's going to be a real wake-up call for some of these players in general once they realize that playstyle isn't going to work in this new era of Fortnite when it comes to NA, but a different bus path this time around, which means a different off-spawn fight right out of the gates and more time to work with for some of our teams. One of them is going to be Day and Shore, but uncontested towards Breakwater Bay, so all they're really going to gain out of this is just more time to loot up and set their foot on the road.
Nobody at Breakwater Bay to fight them off spawn. We will see off spawn fights here. Seeing Batman Bugha Bacon picking up the weapon as well, and so no chance for you. Edward did get a chance to pick up a gun. Unfortunately, he has no teammate. Quanti and Peterborough in the feed go down. Ooh. Oh dear. That's the fight over at South Slappy. And that's the fight they've lost.
Not good, but at the same time, a first place to second place. At least they built themselves a little bit of a cushion here in our weekly finals. As Bacon and Batman Bugha, they already got one. They go right back on up, take the high ground and take down Edward. And that's going to be a huge start for them because you saw how far they were able to push it in that last game while staying in Storm for the first couple of zones. This time around, they gave themselves so much time to work with. As we tune in to Paper and Shadow, the Death and Tahi fight for Shattered Slabs. Looks like a trade right out of the gates between the two. Which really leaves Paper on the back foot, but Paper and Shadow have some of the most eliminations through that last round, so he's prepared and ready to fight at a moment's notice. Ooh. Say, or keep it simple. Go for the revive. Oh, gets denied the piece control. That's a great opportunity for Death to try to go ahead and break into the box. The relentless pressure coming through, which means Shadow's gonna go down. And honestly, that's a win right now. That's a win, and that's why you see him disengaging. He got the points. He left him into a 1v1. You gotta imagine he possibly already has the reboot card as well, so he's just trying to put himself into a better spot instead of getting greedy.
And this is a replay of our first place team being taken out here at their POI. Gibot and Quanti. Unfortunate. Didn't quite land on that floor spawn. And there was an SMG waiting there to take them out. Tahi here is going to go down at the hands of Paper.
It's just unfortunate because they don't even really get to mess around with the Shattered Slabs vault as another team. That's Liam, that's Jitter. Begin to kind of push in and push Paper out. It might have been a different story if Paper still had his teammate by his side. They'd at least be able to defend it as a duo, but the more important thing to him is getting his teammate back in and having a second chance. And if he does so rather quickly, Levin, they can kind of loot up whatever they can, the scraps over on whatever is the north of Shattered Slabs, and try to kind of turn around and fight for that vault once they feel like they have the loot and the confidence to do so.
Quite a few times today we've seen Jamper's name in the feed relatively early on. This time round, we're gonna get to see what exactly they're cooking up off spawn.
I like Cam and Jamper. And Paper.
Led to them being taken out at times, right? Off spawn here up against Hound and Aiden. Both players ramping up, posturing over towards each other, but nobody engaging in the fight.
Hound and Aiden, another team from the former NA West region. They're proud to see how they're going to perform in this game as Paper looks like he got Shadow back up, but then Shadow goes right back on down as they try to return back on over to Shattered Slabs. But at the same time, Jitter probably chase them down as soon as they hear the reboot pop off. As Paper just taking so much damage trying to run. Jitter spots him out on the other side, quickly takes him down. And they have the best possible chances to get the vault here towards Shattered Slabs. But as I say that, another team in the distance beginning to put down shots, which means they're going to have to think. They're going to have to guess, is it safe enough? Is somebody looming around the corner? What's the plan here for Jitter and Liam? Interesting. Jinjitsu crossing. A lot of kinetic blades naturally spawn on this side of the map, particularly in that big building across towards Kenjutsu building. We've seen a couple of our players over on EU land here, fight it out. Sometimes they split it, but at the end of the day, they were able to grab some mobility for their game. It's Polarized and Pen. They have a little bit of elevation difference against Swirl and Aoxy. But you can see they're just biding their time. NPen just spotting out the information. Polaroid just trying to grab another angle, continuing to loot up before NPen just disengages altogether.
Yeah. And ultimately, this is one of those fights that will just be a bit slower in the pace. Clicks and Soup landing towards that racetrack, not contested, unfortunately for them. Clicks likes to base up here. We've seen many different teams on many different regions play this spot and look to try and trade Surge with the teams over towards that mega city area. Centered staying by the racetrack and just farming up all them resources that Clicks put into that base.
Both of them just taking a ton of damage. Defiable doing a good job of trying to cover up Kinzo as they get that slurp truck allowing them to slave the heals for as long as possible. And you can see the leaderboard. No Quanti, no Peterbot, no Parks, Mars, no Yagvir, no Gold in terms of elimination. So a lot of our heavy hitters in this lobby are already down and out. The only one you really have to worry about is, of course, Acorn and Cold. Even though they don't have a ton of eliminations to this point, you know their pop-off potential. But Batman, Booga, and Bacon as well. With first place, 18 eliminations so far on that leaderboard.
Yeah, these guys have been aggressive.
Yeah.
They've been the ones taking fights when necessary. And they've been winning them. They've been winning them.
Kind of almost doubling up their points game after game throughout the first two. Jump on board, the replay of the roller just causes so much havoc before he finally gets in and hits him with the one tap. That's just crazy if you don't really see that one coming. And it's crazy if you see it coming as well.
Alright, we're probably gonna play some Fortnite, Loki. Why are you doing that, bro? Running through my fucking wall and shit, you little shit can. My god, you suck. You're so bad. Oh my god, bro. What's good, man? Man, these kids are fucking ass, bro. I'm sorry. A lot of these kids are so ass, bro. It's so hard to face them. Especially this kid, bro. I've already killed this kid like 10 fucking times. Are you dead or no? Which one are you? That doesn't help. Oh, you just died? That's tragic, man. They have 19 points? That's fire, bro. Kid is really brain dead. These kids whiff a lot, bro. I whiff so hard, bro. The kid, like, fucking ran through my goddamn wall, bro. It was crazy. I whiffed so hard, bro. He literally, like, I tried to pre-fire him and he jumped through my wall for some reason. It was so fucking dumb. Like, I timed it, I timed it wrong and, like, I broke the wall and he, like, went right through that bitch. He was, like, walking against it. It was crazy. Nah, that kid fucking sold. Holy shit. How was it yours, buddy? This kid's too over. He's gonna get shit on if he comes up here, bro. I'm telling you, you're gonna get shit on, buddy. Go down. God, I'm not losing that. Fucking God, bro. What is this fucking player doing, bro? Holy shit. I don't get why they have to hit me so much, bro. Like, my God. I hit this kid for fucking 38 times. Holy shit. What are these, like, oh my God. What are these fucking players, bro? Shot him through 8 fucking things. What are you talking about? This shit is so unrealistic. I'm about to go play Arena, bro. This shit is so bad. It's like all these players are just creative warriors, bro. You have mats. Why aren't you building? Come on now, grow a fucking brain. Oh my God. He's gonna edit that, ain't he? Why didn't you pre-fire him? What the fuck? There's no one under there besides you. Oh my God, bro. What's above you? There's your kid above you. You ain't gonna look up? You're not gonna acknowledge that there could be somebody up there? Alright, you do then. There might not actually be somebody up there. I think there might be though. Yeah, there's somebody above him. What did I say? The fuck did I say? Hey, I bet you look above you. Like, goddamn, these fucking players, bro. Holy shit. I'm not gonna lie, I'm gapping these kids though. Wait, am I? 67. Don't get a sword, nice. It's okay. I know how to rotate without a sword. I just key the first person I see. Fucking high ground, bro. It's always high ground, bro. That's the shit that pisses me the fuck off, bro. Like, you're not doing shit. You're just sitting low ground, bro. Or high ground. Like, look at you, bro. Look at you. I could chop your ass out right fucking now, bro. Dumb bitch. Sit down. State. Is that really necessary, bitch? Fuck you. Alright, you want it, bitch? Come here. Dumbass, sit down, bro. Don't ever look at me again, bro. Oh god, I'm not selling this shit, bro. Why do you have an impulse? Like, what is that gun, bro? Edit! Oh, I'm tired of this shit, bro. I'm going to play arena. These kids are fucking ass, bro. These kids are fucking ass. I'm tired. How do they have fun, bro? Like, how do you have fun playing this game if you're that bad, bro? How? I don't understand it. How do you have fun? There's no way that's fun to you. Sitting in a different box than me, spraying a fucking whatever fucking gun that is, bro. Damn, that shit is ass. Holy shit, I'm tired of that already, bro. I'm tired of that already. I just am. I'm not dealing with that shit. I'm gonna go play some fucking dual fills. I don't get why Chaos Gaming Live is streaming a different game. Like, what are you talking about, bro? He always has FCS finalist in his shit, bro. Like, I don't. You place dead last. Like, holy fuck. Big block, big t-shirt, Billie Eilish. I don't want that bitch. Yo, what's good? You gonna make? What's good, bro?
Okay. How's your day?
Pretty good. How about you?
Good.
It's nice. Alright, let's go mega, right? What points do you have? Alrighty then. Ooh, 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 ooh.
Yo, I followed you.
Thanks, man.
How long have you been streaming?
And like today or to like Or like in general?
In general.
General, I would say around a year. But
Nice,
like,
nice, nice.
I took around a 2-month break, and then I just got back like 2 weeks ago. Yeah. We're not really that calm, so I think we'll be fine. Just go main building right here, and we'll be okay.
I have a super low drop. I'm going here.
Do your thing.
Okay, bro, I just popped the big one. I find mini spawn.
Yeah, it's Fortnite. Nice, I'm coming.
I think it's another. Yeah, it's a duo.
Yeah, I'm gonna go behind this guy right here. Yeah,
Alright.
I'm right here. 100?
Yeah. Watch out, the kid coming from behind. 100. Dead. Alright, you can have the loot. I'm gonna go.
Other one's in this
He should be
building.
camping behind a building.
Just go. It's one kid. That's fine.
Oh, yeah,
There he
yeah.
is. Set it there. I have my pump out. He's going back around. I see him. I see him. He's right here.
I'm going around.
Don't do that.
Oh, man. Hold on, let me my volume real quick. Hold on. Give me a second. Alright. I should be better now.
Alright, I heard more kids fighting over this way. We can go try to fight them.
Yeah. Oh, it's last
were they?
season I was champs, but this season, I don't like this season. I
Yeah.
couldn't play this. I couldn't play this season. I mean, I don't really care about this champs. Like, it was just because I am, you know, Grand Prix is.
What happened?
You know what a Grand Prix is?
No, I have no idea. Let's go key these kids.
Formula F1s.
Oh, I don't know. Let's go key these kids. Don't shoot me, don't shoot me. Yeah, they're getting keyed by a different team too.
35 crack, 23. They're gonna do the trick on me. They're gonna do it.
Yeah, I know. Just hold. I'm
48. Nice.
We can go get Bolt. Get the mythics.
Alright, bet. Alrighty. Watch our kids might be camping.
Yeah. Just, I know what to do if they are.
I'm just gonna watch you. Yeah. I'm gonna break the list. Put the box. Put the box.
Yeah, this kid's king.
Yeah, they're
Just,
landing. They're landing.
yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Grab the mythics. We fuck them up. We have better loot now.
You're gonna fight? You're fighting already?
I'm just looking.
Okay.
I hear them lurking. They're out there. Just be careful. I'm just grabbing these mats off this shit. Alright, yeah, we can go.
Alright.
Hold on, I'm gonna grab these.
Yeah, they're
Yeah, they're back here.
They're on top. Yo, you can fight them. I'm gonna do the thing with the ODM gear.
Alright. Oh damn, I don't see him. Bullocks.
The other one's dipping. I'm going for the other one, alright? I'm going for the other one. 20. Yeah, he's full dipping. I'm coming to you. Oh, you could kill him?
Yeah, kill him.
Alright. We can go for the other one if you want.
Yeah, let's go.
He's definitely gonna have to go back. Maybe in the storm.
Nah, it's fine.
I'm
We
gonna look
just,
out over here.
honestly, we can just wait for him to reboot. When he reboots, we can just shit on him.
Alright.
I see it right there. He thinks he's slick, but he's not. Yeah, like I'm visibly looking at this fucking retard. Oh my god, I'm going back in there. I'm gonna kill this kid. Come out! I just seen you. I know you're back here.
I'm coming with you.
Where you at, bro?
He's definitely vault.
No, he's not in vault. I don't know where he went. Am I tweaking? Am I seeing shit? Like, where did... Nah, there would be more loot on his body. I think he might have picked up a shotgun for him. Oh, there's nothing else picked up here. No, there's minis here. Yeah, he definitely came through. Whatever.
It's fine. We'll get him.
I find it really annoying you can't deploy your fucking glider for using this thing.
Yeah. They might rush us. I'm on it. No, they're over here. They're over here. Yeah, they're over here.
I'm gonna grab Surf Shark.
Might be over here.
I'm grabbing Surf.
Alright, I'm gonna get him too. Alright. Thank you. Yeah. Just go to circle. Oh, I thought I was about to die because my ODM gear went out.
Kid's fighting like west.
Yeah,
Just
they're
behind
here,
us,
kid's
behind us,
fighting.
behind us, behind us, behind us. Yeah, it's right here. 60.
Cracked him 1 HP. 1 HP on the Super Bowl skin. Whoa,
Hey.
white. Sneaking up on them.
Do that one thing to him.
I have no more.
Alright, I'm doing it already.
Yeah. Waiting for it.
I'm out.
Popping a slurp. Hold on, I'm popping a slurp. More kids third party. Yeah. Oof. Oh, I have no more ODM gear. I'm gonna get that ODM gear. Ready? Want to do it to him?
Does someone have stuff in it?
It only has 16.
I think they might have dipped. Yeah, they did. They're up front.
Ready? I'm doing it.
Hold on. I'm not there.
That's the only thing I could do. I'm popping a slurping after getting the fight. Alright, I'm getting in.
These fucking players, bro. He's hard king. But he's gonna get shit on though. Don't do it, dumbass.
His duo coming.
Yeah, I'm coming. I'm coming.
Box. I'm jumping in. Yeah, I'm not Omer.
Dead.
You're 1v. Oh, I'm coming up now. I got this soda kid well. 100.
Good.
Nice. I can use the ODM gear on the people over here.
I see him. I'm jumping on him. 30. They're not very good. Watch your back. This kid's coming behind you.
Yeah, I am probably
100. Dead. Alright, I'm gonna get in, alright? Just play you.
Alright, yeah. 100.
Alright. You win that.
I don't think I do.
You do, bro.
Yeah,
Trust.
I don't.
I'm coming back.
Alright.
I'm right here.
My thing ran out. I have no more heals. I'm doing it.
Good.
Oh my gosh, you just saved me, bro. Thank you so much.
Yep.
Okay. Getting shot from behind. They have the worst team in the game.
Yeah, they're pretty shit aim. We can just hold them. One starting left.
14. 26.
Yeah,
28
yeah.
actually.
Follow me.
Alright.
They're gonna come out over here.
He's going all the way around.
You see him?
No, he's gonna have to. If that was me, I would.
Are they in this house?
I'm gonna go on mountain right here. What's the...
Are these kids just fucking god? Like, what the fuck? Where did they go?
I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna check if there's any heals.
This doesn't make any damn sense. Where did they go?
And miss, that's it. I'll take it. Okay. Alright, I'm ready.
There's a big ass fight on top of that island. You just want to third party that shit?
Yeah, let's go.
Big ass fight. Try to find a rift or something.
Alright.
Right here on me.
I'm just.
done.
You don't have to use a rift. I'm just using my OEM gear.
Alright.
I'm in.
And I'm right here. Let me get there too. Above you.
My bad. Oh my. My being so annoying.
Do you have a slurp or no?
No. Possibly might be dead here. Oh, bet. Oh, I'm dead. I'm dead. I have no ODM gear. Oh, so retarded.
God, bro.
Alright.
If he wants to play some duos.
First responders do the incredible.
Peace out, guys. I'm finna dip, right?
Save lives.